What's up, everybody? It's Gomlet, and welcome back to another Sealed of War of the Spark. I'm very excited to open some more cards of the set and see if I can ever figure out this limited format that is very insane. So let's see what we got here for rares. We do have two red rares and a green rare. Or, I'm sorry, we have a red rare, a green rare, and a red-green rare. So that could be pretty clutch. Maybe we can just go Gruul. We have Vivian, Champion of the Wilds. It is a 4 loyalty planeswalker. May cast creatures as though they had flash. +1, one of your creatures gets vigilance and reach till end of turn, and -2, look at the top 3 cards of your library, exile 1 face down, put the rest on bottom. For as long as it remains exiled, you may look at and cast the card if it's a creature card. And then Sarkhan, we have got Sarkhan before, so he's basically a 5 loyalty, 5 mana planeswalker that poops out dragons or makes all your planeswalkers dragons. He also pings anything that attacks you or him. And then there's Domri, which is a 1, a red and a green for 3 loyalty. Creatures you control get +1/+0, +1 to add a red or green mana, and then your creatures can't be countered this turn. And -2, target creature control fights target creature you don't control, so he seems pretty good too. And then in other colors, we have Dreadhorde Butcher, 2 mana, 1/1 haste. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any targets. Seems good. Deliver Unto Evil seems very interesting and like a really cool card, especially for Commander, but not for Limited. It is a 3 mana sorcery. Choose up to 4 cards in your graveyard. If you control a Bolas Planeswalker, return those cards to your hand. Otherwise, an opponent chooses 2 of them. Leave those in your grave and put the rest into your hand. So, basically, for 3 mana, it's kind of like a Divination, in that it's 3 mana, draw 2 cards, but it's going to be the worst 2 cards out of your best 4 in your graveyard, if that makes any sense. So this seems like it's only really useful very late in the game, so I'm not really so sure about this for Limited. So Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord, is 2 white and a black for a 4 loyalty Sorin. As long as it's your turn, creatures and planeswalkers you control have lifelink. That's just good. And then +2 deals 1 to target player planeswalker, and -X, return a creature with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield, and it becomes a vampire. So Sorin seems real good as well. Just a 4 mana, 4 loyalty. So like for 4, you could play him and bring back like a 3-drop. Then your creatures have like lifelink till end of turn at the very least. Like even if he just dies immediately the next turn. Seems pretty nice. So let's go ahead and look through all of our colors here and see what has good support in terms of commons and uncommons. So what are the really exciting cards in each color is what we're going to look at. So we have Law-Ruin Enforcer seems pretty good. Gideon's Triumph is really good. Martyr for the Cause seems very exciting as well. Just a 2 mana 2/2 when it dies. Proliferate, that seems like a great card. Just bears with a ridiculous upside. Rally of Wings is interesting. Probably not going to be able to get used. It's very specific. Makeshift Battalion, I think, is pretty good. Teo's Light Shield's pretty good. And, yeah, I mean, White's okay. Like, Gideon's Triumph, Martyr for the Cause, stuff like that's pretty cool. Blue, we have Contentious Plan. I think this card could be great. This card just looks very exciting to me every time I see it. I have not yet played with it. I think this is the first time I got it in Limited, but it seems potentially awesome. Teferi's Time Twist is whatever. Aven Eternal seems pretty good. 3 mana 2/2 flyer, and you amass 1. Stealth Mission seems great. Spellkeeper Weird's like whatever. Bond of Insight, whatever. Relentless Defiance, whatever. Rescuer Sphinx, I think, is really good with if you have any good uncommon planeswalkers, because you can use their abilities a lot and then return them back to your hand, so you can cast them again to put more loyalty back onto them. So this card seems very good. Even if you don't have a lot of those, just a 4 mana 3/2 flyer is okay, and if you have any kind of enter the battlefield effects at all, the drawback to make it a 4/3 flyer for 4 is not much of a drawback at all, so this card's very exciting to me. And then we have Ashios Skulker, good late game. Eternal Skylord seems really good. 5 mana for a 3/3, amass 2, and zombie tokens you control have flying. So that's really exciting in an amass style deck, because you could just have like this stupidly big, like 5/5 or 6/6 or something that just keeps getting chump blocked. All of a sudden you pop out the Skylord and just bash him for a lot with a flying zombie army. So black, Ooh. Alright, black looks like our emptiest color for sure. Like, mediocre stuff, it looks like for the most part. Dreadmalkin's interesting. Ghost Form's interesting. But there's really, like, nothing drawing me to black. We don't have either of the really good common removal spells. We don't have Spark Harvests or Obnixlus's Torment, so black definitely looking a little weak there. And red, we have Grim Initiate, interesting. Chandra's Pyrohelix is obviously good. Chandra's Triumph is good. Jaya's Greeting is good. We've got all of the cheap red removal. Devouring Hellion's weird. When I see that artwork, I always imagine like a 6 or 7 mana card like this giant Hellion, but it's a 3 mana 2/2 with that artwork. Of course, it can get a lot bigger if you sack creatures or planeswalkers. Honor the Godfur. I think this card's probably just incredible. 3 mana. It's Tormenting Voice for 1 more mana, but you get a 1/1 as well. Or, I mean, you just amass one. It's very cool. Spellgorger Weird's interesting. Would be good. Goblin Assault Team. Oh my god, we have double Jaya as well as the Sarkhan. So 5 mana, 5 loyalty Planeswalker. Whenever a red source you control would deal damage to a permanent, it deals that much +1. So if I have this out with Sarkhan, whenever any creature attacks me or Sarkhan, it takes 2 damage, which is incredible. Yeah, and then Jaya also has a -2 to do 2 to any target. So if they have any low power creatures out, you can just pick them off. Jaya, not like super insane on her own, but I do think that her -2, like, if it is relevant, then it's going to be awesome. But if your opponent just has like 1 6/7 out that they've been proliferating onto, she's a very bad draw, so could potentially be awesome, could also just be pretty sad to draw her at the wrong time. Our green is pretty empty, though, as well. Like, obviously we have Domri. We also have Domri's Ambush, which is incredible. So, like, the stuff that's pushing us into green is just the fact that our red-green color combo is so good. But green itself, like, look, there's not a lot of green cards, period. And the cards that we have aren't that good. Like, our Boreal Grazer's interesting. We could play an additional land. Forced Landing, probably not the greatest. Nissa's Triumph is basically useless without Nissa. For 2 green, you get to search your library for 2 forests, which is like, you already have your double green by then, you don't really need the forests. Return to Nature is very sideboard-ish of a card. It's like Naturalized, but slightly more options. Snare Spinner is fine. Virgin Crisis is fine. Vivian's fine. Vivian's Grizzly fine. Centaur Nurture's fine. And Crocodile's fine. So our red has to be really good if we're going to be just red-green. Like, it might even potentially be worth it to do red-black if our black's any good, but unfortunately we did look through the black, and black is also just pretty lackluster here. So I like red, white, and red, blue, just in terms of the power level of those color schemes, but I think, like, red, green, we get to play Domri and Vivian and Domri's Ambush. It's like, that could definitely be worth it. Let's go ahead and make the red-green deck, and if it looks pretty empty, we might have to try red-blue or red-white instead. Not sure how I feel about any of these, really. This is just like a 1-mana 1/1 first strike. When it dies, make a 1/1. That's probably fine. Samet Sprint's okay. Just +2 at instant speed is a combat trick. At worst, and at best, like, maybe it kills your opponent because you've top-decked like a 5/5 or something and you just give it haste immediately. Alright, so we need... just throw the red-green cards in. So we need 5 green cards total. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, just go like 7 like that, and now we just start cutting other stuff. Actually, Centaur Nurture seems a little awkward with, like, not that many 5-drops. Maybe we go down to just like 1 Jaya, 1 Nurturer. That's the build. Just because Jaya could potentially be pretty awful if we're playing against one of the proliferating type builds, which I have seen a decent amount. I kind of like just running the deck like this and then changing it based on what we see, except every time I say that, I always forget to change it. So, if I run the deck like this, I'm just going to end up running the deck like this, period. I do think this is quite good. We do have double Centaur Nurture if we want to try to splash in cards in other colors, but I think the thing is, like, our red-black cards, at least Dreadhorde Butcher, that's something you want to play on turn 2, period. So it doesn't really work off the splash. Because splash cards, you want them to be powerful cards that you could use late game. Like, you could have them in your hand and be okay with waiting until you draw that color of mana, because it's your lowest color of mana. With Dreadhorde Butcher, it's really not a card like that. This card's just terrible later in the game. But Angrath's Rampage could maybe... No, Angrath's Rampage is very similar in that front, where like later in the game, they're probably going to have a bunch of creatures and not have anything to sack. So I think both our red-black cards are very much towards, like, red-black being the core of the deck and splashing a different color. So I don't think that, like, splashing those in with Centaur's Nurturer is going to be that worth it or that impressive. And our artifacts are just whatever. They'll seem fine. Alright. I like this deck. I'm going to try out this deck and see how it does. Our sealed deck image is Contentious Plan, even though I'm not playing blue. As interested as I am in playing that card, I am more interested in playing Domri and Vivian and stuff. Alright, so hand's a little awkward. We have only red mana, but I think we have time to draw a green source. This could be okay. This is probably a mulligan, but I hate mulliganing, so you know how it is. Opponent does mulligan. Opponent makes the right choice. Actually mulligans the bad hand, while I keep it. Alright. This is a little spooky. Bad hand's getting worse. Our first draw is a 5-mana card that I'm not going to get to play anytime soon, at least. God, I love the soundtrack of this stage so much. Just the ambient horror music stuff. And then it's got like the Star Wars-y battle music. This stage is incredible. I love it. Clear that out of there so I can scry. This is mostly just so I can scry. Perfect. It is the forest. We are keeping it. We'll play the Grizzly first here. Vivian doesn't do a whole lot by herself. We do get to draw a card off of her, but I'd rather get like the dudes out first. Jaya's greeting on my Vivian Grizzly. All of the Jaya's greetings. So they might have been doing that mainly to scry as well. Maybe they are off of their second color. Goblin Assault Team is coming in hot. Get in that damage. Are they gonna shoot the Goblin Assault Team? I hope not. But at least it doesn't just die, it gives me some value.
Fire can't solve.
Chain Whip Cyclops. Well, a little weird. The old 4/4, he can make things unable to block. I'm gonna go ahead and draw some cards here. I'm gonna use Ambush. Put a counter on a creature control, then it deals damage to our creature planeswalker don't control. Is that instant? Oh, it's sorcery. Alright. That card would be insane as instant. As a sorcery, as it stands, I guess it would... Yeah, it'd be definitely worth sacking the Grim Initiate to kill the Cyclops. Alright, so they don't block, so we don't get to do that. At instant, that was the easiest attack in the universe, because I could just kill it without even losing the Initiate. But yeah, if we traded there, then the Initiate makes my zombie army a 2-2, and then the zombie army gets to kill the Cyclops as a 3-3. Which is pretty cool. Blind Blast on my 1-1 zombie army. Sad, they killed the whole army. Oh, there is the second color. The white mana on turn 6. And there is a makeshift battalion. I think I will ambush that just to get some damage in on them. I could Vivian just to draw a card. Maybe I just play the Crocodile here. Yeah, I can play the Crocodile here, and then, then I could trade with the Cyclops, and if they don't offer the trade with the Cyclops, then I can just ambush the Cyclops and have a really big Crocodile. It's a Healy's Silver Ringlet, a 2-3 flyer, and they get to see what I'm going to draw. It's a mountain. They knew before me. The bastards. If I Domri ambush the Cyclops, I have to double block to kill the Crocodile. So I do get to just, like, kill all their dudes. Yeah, that seems fine. I will be losing a really nice card, but then they're down to literally just the card in their hand if they do the trade. Alright, it happens. And I'll go ahead and draw a card with Vivian.
Wild animals I like.
What do we got?
Wait, you think nature is kind?
Alright, unfortunately Sarkin is going to go to the bottom of our library, but we do have a Spellgorger Weird we get to draw. That is a land. Here's Spellgorger Weird. Go ahead and give Initiate Vigilance.
Tear it all down.
Just to make sure Vivian doesn't die when I use the minus. So maybe she can stick around a while. Whoa! Uh-oh. I really hope I don't get kicked from this game. That was a concerning message.
Let me show you what was lost.
Very concerning message. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's exact lethal here. Thanks to the Spellgorger Weird's ability. Unless, I mean, they're looking at their hand, they could have an instant here. Instant speed removal would save them a turn. They do have it. Pyrohelix on the Spellgorger Weird. Keep the Nurture on top, I guess. I only hit him for 6 instead of 9. There's a Prismite.
Have you ever lost a home?
Oop! Oh! Oh, Jesus! Oh! Oh! I am so befuddled by that message that I'm just flopping around like an idiot over here. Wow.
There is
wow, they could be at 1 right now and then they would just die from this attack. Oh, if I lose this game, it is so my fault. I think we still just attack. I don't even know what befuddle means. I just heard it on Magic cards, and I'm saying befuddle. Just thinking back to what I said there. Alright, another land. And another Chain Whip Cyclops for our opponent.
Strike now! Strike hard!
Exile one face down. Cast up its creature. Okay, so I can't play any of these, so we're just going to take the land out of there so we don't have to draw it again later. Wow! My opponent would be dead if I did not skip my attack. I could maybe kill them. That could maybe kill them.
For the fallen.
Let's see. Oh, jeez. Alright, well... I'm about to lose this game, I swear.
You fight like a city brat.
I guess if I top deck Sarkin at any point, they're just immediately dead, so... Probably don't have to be that scared. I mean, now I'm pretty scared, so that sucks.
I've seen puppies whine less than you.
Just a big old scary creature there. Alright, we can play these creatures at instant speed, so might as well just do it during their turn. Devouring Hellion at instant speed is actually pretty clutch. Alright, now that's 4 creatures. So we could get some damage in, and then there's the 2 more! Oh my god. Oh, but if they have an instant, this could be so bad. I'm just going for it, man. I'm all in at this point. I'm tired. This is my third sealed in one day because I was so excited to play. So you guys are going to be getting the videos daily. But for me, it is several hours of Magic in after a full day of work beforehand. All right. Get there. Oh, alright. That was way harder than it needed to be. I skipped an attack for, like, no reason. Wow, Screaming Shield, come on. I don't think they're actually updating those rewards and stuff for a few days. So I don't think you can get War of the Spark cards from those yet, which is pretty lame. But I think whenever the prize packs become War of the Spark instead of Ravnica Allegiance, that's when they've factored it into all the prizes. So this is a definite keeper. I mean, I've got Vivian's Grizzly at turn 3. I've got both my colors. This isn't the fastest hand, but I have cards to play, and now it is the fastest hand. Well, probably not, but close. I have a 1-drop on turn 1, 3-drop on turn 3. Seems fine. I also have the +2 pump spell with a First Striker, which could be pretty nice. potentially. Kiora. Alright. They've got the ramp.
I defy gods. Defying you will be easy.
What is that voice, dude? I'm so confused every time. They're gonna draw so many cards off that thing. I'll poke it for one.
Time to clam up. Let's get moving.
Bloom Hulk seems pretty good. Yep. I can make my Grizzly a 4/5. That's probably the best thing to do here. And then I attack, and if they block, I kill their thing, and if they don't block, I kill Kiora. Alright, she is dealt with. They drew one card off of her, and that is it. I will actually just keep that. But at the same time, I spent a bunch of cards to deal with that. So, kind of out of gas here. But I have a 4/5 Vivian's Grizzly on board with the mana to start pumping into its ability, and I'll have a Crocodile out. Just gonna pass here. I don't feel like trading my 4/5 with a good ability for their 4/4. Arlen! Come on now.
Spirit of the wilds beats in my brave now, pup.
Jesus, this is pretty bad. I could attack Arlen with these two. But then they trade my 5/3 for their 3/3. And maybe Arlen takes 4. I don't think I can just let them get 2 more wolves. That thing's insane. Alright. Let's go for it. Kill the Arlen. Well, they would rather kill the Grizzly. Then Arlen takes 5 and just dies. Alright, I'm cool with this. We kill Arlen and the Bloom Hulk. Actually, it might be better to just kill the 3/3 because it has a counter on it, but it's too late to do that now. But actually, yeah, that's one of those things that we might figure out later in the format, or as we get into the format. It might just be better to kill a 3/3 if it has the counter on it than just like a 4/4. Just because that 3/3 could potentially get way bigger through all of the proliferate shenanigans. Whereas the 4/4 is just a 4/4. They'd have to put a +1/+1 counter on it in the first place to start making it bigger. These are not the draws I'm looking for. We kind of have to just pass. I really don't have good attacks. I'm gonna start getting poked for 2 a turn by this Eternal in the air. Oh yeah, and the Invader has all kinds of abilities. It's got First Strike, they can sack creatures, give it +2. Ooh, that's really bad. Yeah, that's very good on their field right now. Another Invader, and a Flyer. So opponent has like all the cards. Things are starting to look pretty bad. These Invaders are really good when you've just got 1,000 dudes on your board. And they've got multiple flyers. I've got nothing to block those. I think I'm gonna start dying pretty quickly now. But I might just randomly die from not blocking one of these invaders, but that's not going to change my decision. I'm not going to math out all of these blocks. Rescuer Sphinx. Oh my Jesus. Oh my lord. That's very much game. Wow, they just chose not to bounce anything. They would rather have a 3-2 flyer than have to recast their Prismite or something. Alright, well, that was pretty brutal. Heading into round 3, we're at a win and a loss. The Mako Kid. Alright. Let's do this. Ooh. Opponent does go first, so we get to draw first, and that is perfect. This hand is now incredible. We can play all of these cards. Okay, now we can play all these cards even if they kill my Domri. Rising Populace. 2/2 keeps getting counters whenever creatures or planeswalkers they control die. Let's get in there. So Domri doesn't actually do a whole lot by himself, so I think I'm probably just going to play Honor the God-Pharaoh first and draw some cards here. Alright, Vivian and Chandra's Triumph, I will absolutely take those. Got all the Chandra cards.
Every day is a new lesson.
Except Chandra herself. We could spend all of our mana to shoot Kazmena. She makes our spells cost 2 more, unfortunately. If we want to shoot her or the Populace. Ooh. If I shoot her, the Populace is a 3/3, and that's just a lot harder for me to deal with. I don't think I have to, though.
Let's light it up! Schemes are ruined.
Let's see what they got. These creatures aren't insanely valuable. Divine Arrow it is. Well, this is looking bad. Both of my planeswalkers are actually, like, just really bad without protection. Ugin!
My presence alone, truth lies.
Alright, well, the
beyond
game's over.
vision.
They can -3 that to kill anything I do. Like, if I possibly had a card that did anything here, they could just destroy it immediately, and then they keep making 2/2s with the +1, and they're going to have enough counters to just destroy my next thing immediately. Yeah, I just actually can't deal with that at all. God, must be nice to open an Ugin in a sealed pool. That's probably, like, literally the best card you can open in sealed. Because that's just gonna auto go into anything you do. Card seems pretty sick. It's not even a mythic. That's pretty busted. Ugin's a great card. That's what we've found out here today. This is an awful hand. Alright, mulligan. This hand's better, but it's still pretty bad, but I am gonna keep it so I don't have to mull to 5 here. Alright, that's totally not staying. That's a 5-mana card. As good as it is in a mono red deck like we're playing, it is also a 5-mana card. Archer for the cause on turn 2. I'm gonna want to kill that thing before they play anything with counters. So if they just go like Plains or Forest into Kiora next turn, it's gonna suck a little bit. But Kiora already has a million counters, so that actually isn't the worst case scenario. But you know, they could play like a really good Planeswalker next turn. I super hope that they don't, but we'll find out. Just play Gideon Blackblade on turn 3. Evolution Sage. They are proliferating all over the place. Oh. Alright. Well. Here's a weird. It just keeps getting riskier and riskier. Like, now if they just go Gideon Blackblade, it's super over. Gideon Blackblade, land proliferate. Alright, Tomic Distinguished Advocist. Alright, so these little proliferate guys are not as scary as I have imagined, because so far they've played 0 counters. Or 0 stuff that gives counters. Both of these could just kill something out of nowhere with an instant speed Pyro Helix. I kind of want to just silent and attack with the 2/2 and save the 1/3 to block. Alright. Poke him for 2. Enforcer Griffin, that's a 3/4 flyer. Well, we are gonna start dying to these flyers slowly. I'm actually just gonna kill that Sage right now and scry with the Prophet. Zawit's Sprint. That is absolutely not what we want right now. I mean, it would make the weird bigger, which is cool, but I want some to deal with flyers. These do not deal with flyers. Could make a really big Hellion. Could also just make a Goblin Assault team, but that just trades for the 2/2 that they have. gain some life for now. How big is the Hellion gonna be? If I just played a Hellion there, sack 3 things, get 6 counters, that'd be an 8/8 Hellion? Maybe I'm supposed to just make a giant Hellion and hope that they don't have enough chump blockers to survive forever. Jaya's greeting. Interesting. Okay. So that makes attacking with the weird definitely possible here. Of course, we don't know what they have at instant speed. This could end poorly. Well, we'll find out. This is supremely awful if they have the thing that puts a +1/+1 counter on it at instant speed. Alright, they're just gonna deal 4. Alright. Scry 1, get that land out of here. Scry 1, get that land out of here. I am going to play this Hellion, and the 2/2 and the 1/3 are doing nothing right now, so we'll just play that as a 6/6. And start bashing with that. Hope for the best there. Now Goblin asshole team can actually do something, because all they have left are flyers, so any trade with this is fine, unless they just randomly have a Teo's Light Shield or something like that. That would be bad. Oh, now it's just an 0/3. Okay, they're just putting the counter on the flyer. That makes sense. Chandra's Triumph for 3 damage. I could just kill Teo's Light Shield and get in a 6. But I like just playing the team. What? I don't know what my opponent's doing. They're just like flickering all over all the cards on the board. They are thoroughly searching for something. They're over there doing calculus. I don't know what's happening. Whatever it is, it's probably not good for me. One would have to assume. Send in both the dudes, okay. Down to 7. And they pass. Well, that's not terrifying at all. I'm sure nothing bad is going to happen here. Absolutely nothing bad at all. Alright, opponent takes 12. If only Chandra's Triumph could do 3 to a player. Okay. I'm not going to shoot the Advocist right now because they have all their mana open, so maybe they'll tap out to do some kind of pump that kills me here. I don't actually have to shoot the Advocist until they show that they have a pump. So I can respond to their pump if I do it now, like this, whereas if I did it during my turn, they would use their pump in response to me doing that, so.
Oh, it's you burning.
So bam! I think we got him. I think we got him because we properly waited for the pump spell. instead of just doing that during my turn, because reasons. I guess I could have done it in my turn if I was scared that they were going to top deck the pump spell, but I think it was pretty obvious. They had something like that to make sure their next swing was lethal. Daddy Duck. Alright. I guess that's our opponent this game. I will keep. Domri could lead into a turn 4 Ward Scale Crocodile. That's pretty cool. But that only really works if they don't play a bunch of little stuff, like that guy. My guy. Alright, La Rune Enforcer is his name. Please play no other creatures and let this Pyrohelix just clear the board and let me chill. Please. Yes! They didn't play any other creatures! Domri into Ward Scale Crocodile is an actual thing that could be happening.
For me, it's just they can only punish you if they catch you.
Alright, I just made Domri talk over himself like crazy. Sounds like a lunatic over here. What do you got? 3 mana, in white and black, do you have an instant? No! No! I hate this card! This card sucks. This is like my least favorite card in the game.
You'll see.
Shows Bolas losing. That's bullshit. That's bullshit right there. Bolas is the best dragon. Makeshift Battalion is here. Well, I mean, that's kind of hilariously good against my gigantic crocodile. Oof. God, Eternal Oketra! It can't be! What many people have said is the best limited card in the set? Ugin's probably better in my opinion, but... that's basically unbeatable. Basically completely unbeatable. Even if I have the exile-based removal spell, they just draw it again 3 turns from now and kill me with it then instead. Like, nice! Yep, I mean, we lose. Yeah, that's a 3/6 double strike. I can't attack into that, even with Salmon Sprint. I mean, I guess I just attack into it and try to just put it back on top and deal with it 3 turns from now instead. Because that way they can't just keep casting out creatures and making 4/4s with Vigilance. Yeah. My chance to win, if I get that Oketra killed, is like 5%. But if I don't, it's definitely 0%. Alright, well, I got a little bit of time. Just a little bit. I don't want you, Burning Prophet. Spellgorger weird. I need something. I need insane draws if I'm gonna win, and Spellgorger weird is not an insane draw. Oh! Gotta deal with that in 2 turns. Oh boy. Yes! That is what I mean when I say insane draws. What do we got on top? Come on, Prophet. Grim Initiate is not an insane draw.
Feel the heat of my flames! Behold!
I attack with a 4/4. Then I only have 2 blockers to protect Sarkhan, so Sarkhan will die. probably have to not. Alright, they get Oketra back next turn, but they have to spend all of their mana playing her, and she doesn't have flying, so we could possibly get there. The thing is, if they have any kind of instance here, this could be abysmal. We will certainly find out. Oh, that's a terrible block. They don't have instance. Let's go, opponent. I'm gonna H you this turn. H you next turn. That's not lethal. Oh, I gotta draw another good card. Oh shit. Alright, well, there goes the dragon. Oh no, that's a land. Things are starting to look real down. Oketra is definitely coming back. That is just reality. And I don't kill them nearly fast enough to deal with that.
Watch this.
What? Oh, each dragon you control deals one of that creature. Wow, I literally never read that. I thought he just does one, period. Alright, well now I'm just drawing lands, so it's entirely over. Ooh, that might have actually changed some of my plays last sealed, if I actually read the card. I'm pretty sure last sealed too, I even looked at the card and said, see, I can read cards. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is not how you play well. They're making damn sure they are sending in both of them.
You think you know?
I don't know why, that just looks hilarious to me. He's just getting bashed to shit. It's like GG Sarkin, just get destroyed. Just getting pounded in the corner, poor dude. He just wants to make dragons. Is that really that much of a problem? Oh, I got you now. Jaya said hello. Let's make a zombie army on your field. Woo! Alright, that's game. That is game. Is that my third loss? I think it might be my third loss. I think I just lost a lot in a very fast sequence. Or maybe that was just what that game felt like. Nope, I just lost a lot very quickly. Alright, well, let's check out what's in the bonus packs. See if we get anything sick. Can I get Big Daddy Bolas? Come on, please, one time. Where's he at? That is not Bolas. Come on. Show me the money. That looks like a rare and not a mythic. It is a rare and not a mythic. It is Role Reversal. At least it's a cool card. The flavor text and the artwork are very hilarious on this card, so that's fine. That's okay. It might not be Bolas, but it's a cool card. Final pack. And it's just a rare again. Alright, well, we got a common wild card. That's the thing. Command the Dread Horde. I will be sure to do that at some point. But not right now, because I'm going to go to sleep. Thank you all very much for watching another War of the Spark Sealed. I expect to be back with more, at least 2 more. Even if I lose every round, I'll be doing 2 more War of the Spark Sealeds. And then I'll be back with a traditional draft of War of the Spark, thanks to the code that you get at the pre-release for a free War of the Spark traditional draft. And then, by that point, what, that's 2 more sealeds in a draft? This is video 3, that'll be the 6th video, it'll be like a week. War of the Spark? Yeah, at that point, hopefully I'll have won enough gems to do another War of the Spark kind of thing, and we'll just keep going as long as I can, and hopefully that will be long enough to keep going until War of the Spark becomes the ranked draft format so that I can spend gold on it instead of the gems that I have hoarded up, because I am going to run out of these sometime soon. So, as I've said before, I will say again, I do thank you all very much for watching. I hope you had a good time. I had a lot of fun, and yeah, I will definitely see you again soon with more Magic Arena videos. Also, I'll be playing video games on my Twitch channel if you want to watch that. I don't do it as often as the Magic videos, but it happens. Goodbye.